The first 10 seconds decide everything. Picture this. You wake up one morning and nothing changes. Same room, same worries, same numbers in your bank account. Then a single question hits you hard. What if wealth is not something you chase, but something you align with? Stay with me, because what you are about to hear will challenge how you see money, effort, and your own identity. This story starts with you, not the version people see, the version inside your head when no one is watching, the version who feels the pressure, the version who works hard yet feels stuck, the version who wonders why others seem to rise faster with less effort. You do not lack ambition. You do not lack discipline. You lack alignment, and alignment changes everything. You grew up hearing one story about wealth: work harder, grind longer, sacrifice more, sleep less. One day, money will respect you. But here is the conflict. You follow the rules, yet the reward feels delayed or missing. This creates frustration. Frustration creates doubt. Doubt creates fear. Fear quietly rewrites your decisions. This is where the journey begins. Every hero starts in confusion. Yours begins with a silent realization. Effort alone does not attract wealth. Energy does. Think about the richest people you know or observe. They do not move like they are chasing money. Money moves toward them. Not by luck, not by magic, by identity. Wealth responds to who you believe you are. At this stage of the journey, you face the first enemy. The enemy is not poverty. The enemy is conditioning. From childhood, money was framed as scarce, hard to earn, easy to lose, reserved for special people. Those ideas settle deep inside you. They shape how you talk, how you choose, how you react to opportunity. You say you want wealth, but your habits protect survival. Survival thinking focuses on bills, on emergencies, on avoiding loss. Wealth thinking focuses on leverage, on value, on growth. Here is the painful truth. You cannot attract what your nervous system does not feel safe holding. So the hero pauses. You pause. This is the moment where many quit. They scroll. They distract. They blame the system. But heroes stay. You start asking better questions. Why do I feel tension when money grows? Why do I downplay my value? Why do I delay charging more? Why do I hesitate to invest in myself? These questions open the first door. Behind the door is awareness. Awareness hurts at first. You notice patterns. You notice self-sabotage. You notice how you say one thing but act another way. This creates inner conflict. Part of you wants more. Another part fears responsibility. Wealth magnifies who you are. If you doubt yourself now, more money will expose it. So the journey demands change. Not outside. Inside. You stop saying you want money. You start deciding who you must become to handle it. You study how wealth thinks. Not motivational quotes. Real behavior. Wealth focuses on skills, not hours. Wealth solves problems, not symptoms. Wealth builds systems, not stress. Wealth values time more than comfort. This shift feels uncomfortable. Comfort kept you familiar. Growth pulls you forward. Here comes the next obstacle. Your environment. You notice how people react when you talk bigger. Some joke, some warn you, some remind you to be realistic. They are not evil. They protect their own identity. When you change, the group feels threatened. This is where many heroes shrink back. Approval feels safer than progress. But you feel something different now. A quiet pull, a sense of direction. You start acting small less often. You read differently. You listen differently. You spend differently. You stop asking, how much does this cost? You start asking, how much does this return? Wealth responds to value creation. So you focus on one thing, becoming valuable, not busy, valuable. You improve a skill. You sharpen communication. You learn how money moves through markets, through people, through attention. You notice something strange. Opportunities appear more often, not because the world changed, because you did. This is the rising action. But every rise triggers resistance. Fear returns with new questions. What if I fail publicly? What if people judge me? What if I succeed and lose relationships? This is the dark middle of the journey, the moment where growth costs comfort. You must choose, stay familiar and frustrated, or uncomfortable and expanding. You choose expansion. You start saying no more often. You protect your focus. You stop explaining your vision to people committed to misunderstanding it. Your confidence grows quieter, less noise, more certainty. Money notices certainty. Wealth flows toward clarity. You stop waiting for permission. You move first. This creates momentum. Momentum attracts resources. Resources attract collaboration. Collaboration multiplies results. This is not luck. This is alignment in motion. But the story is not over, because the final test approaches, the test of patience. Results lag behind identity change. This gap breaks many people. You feel tired. You wonder if this is working. This is where most people turn back. But you remember something crucial. The seed grows underground first. So you stay consistent. You refine. You adjust. You learn from feedback without attaching shame. Then one day something shifts. A deal closes. A number changes. A door opens. Not massive yet, but real. This is proof. Proof rewires belief. Belief fuels action. Action compounds. You realize wealth is not a destination. It is a byproduct of alignment. And this is where Section 1 ends. You are no longer the same person who started listening. In Section 2, the journey intensifies. Power, responsibility, influence, and the final transformation where wealth stops chasing you and starts following you. The moment money shows up, a new conflict appears. You expect relief. Instead, you feel pressure, more responsibility, more eyes watching, more decisions with real consequences. This is where many people lose what they work to attract, not because they lack skill, but because they lack structure. Wealth tests identity again. You now face a higher level enemy, emotional management. Money does not change your habits. Money reveals them. If you rush, you lose. If you react, you bleed. If you chase status, you drain momentum. So the hero learns restraint. You slow down. You measure twice. You move with intention. You stop proving. You start positioning. At this stage, you understand one rule. Income follows effort. Wealth follows strategy. You build systems, simple ones, clear ones, where money enters, where money exits, where money multiplies. You stop trusting memory. You trust structure. This removes stress. Stress clouds judgment. Clarity protects growth. Now something powerful happens. Your self-talk changes. You stop saying, I hope this works. You start saying, I will adjust until it works. This mindset shift protects you during setbacks, and setbacks arrive. A deal fails. A partner disappoints. An investment stalls. Old you would panic. New you pauses. You review facts. You cut emotion. You correct direction. This discipline separates earners from holders. You also learn something uncomfortable. Not every opportunity deserves a yes. Wealth grows through subtraction. You remove distractions. You remove low-return tasks. You remove people who drain focus. This feels lonely, but clarity feels stronger than approval. Now influence increases. People ask questions. They seek advice. They watch how you move. You understand something critical. Leadership attracts leverage. You speak less. Your actions speak louder. You invest in growth, skills, health, network. These choices compound quietly. Then comes the final transformation. You stop thinking in months. You think in years. Short-term wins lose appeal. Long-term positioning excites you. You build assets, things that work while you rest. You respect patience. Patience protects power. At this level, wealth feels different. Calmer, quieter, stable. No rush, no fear. You trust yourself. This trust becomes your greatest asset. Now money follows you, not the other way around. You move from attraction to stewardship. You ask better questions. How do I protect this? How do I grow this responsibly? How do I create impact? Impact becomes the new fuel. You realize wealth without purpose feels empty. Purpose gives wealth direction. You give strategically. You mentor selectively. You build something that outlives attention. This completes the hero journey, from desire to discipline, to identity, to legacy. And here is the final truth. Wealth never responded to your wishes. Wealth responded to who you chose to become. You did not attract money by chasing it. You attracted it by aligning your thoughts, actions, and standards. If this story felt personal, it is because you are already on this path. The question now is simple. Will you stay aligned when no one is watching? Because wealth always notices.